So what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Redneck Country Boy, and this is gonna be a little late. I'm just gonna sit here to talk about WrestleMania 36. What I thought of it. I thought it wasn't bad. I'm gonna rate it a 7 out of 10 because there were some matches that did not need to be on there, like Elias versus King Corbin. It was basically a Raw match. I'd say all the championship matches should be on there. I can't really. I think Shayna Baszler should have won the Raw Women's Championship. I'm gonna save the biggest match for last because I want to talk about that last. See, and I think Daniel Bryan should have walked out Intercontinental Champion. I thought basically besides those two, and McIntyre won it. That was who I wanted to win it. That should have happened, and which it did, and that's the right call to do. Wish the match was a little bit longer, but it's Brock Lesnar. He basically chooses whenever. If you look at all his matches and he drops the title, he's not gonna want to wrestle long. He don't care about anybody. Brock Lesnar, he does what he wants. He's just there doing it for the money. He don't care what the people thinks. He's already said that that he's more the guy who wants to get the job done and boom, get out of there. So that was right call putting the title on McIntyre. I thought the Firefly Funhouse was a creepy match. Like something that should have not went. It should have been like the match I'm going to talk about, the Boneyard match, the one I'm going to talk about. It should have been them two just fighting in the Funhouse. Cena coming up, he opening the door, him going in. It's like in the middle of the woods, and it's it should have been different than what it was. I ain't gonna spend too much on that because that really wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Morrison, I think he done good there at the end. He won it fair and square. The Raw Tag Titles, that really wasn't a good match. I really didn't enjoy that one. My favorite match was the Boneyard. It's the only match that I've really seen fit that was to WrestleMania. It wasn't that the other matches were just flat out sucked. They wasn't. There were some good. Let's look at NXT Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley defending against Charlotte Flair, which Charlotte Flair won. And then I thought that was a good match. I think they both done really good. But now, let's get into a Boneyard match. That match was epic. The Boneyard match was my favorite. It was something never, ever heard of. It was something that I really loved. Like it was, and I think The Undertaker won that match was the right call because it was a Boneyard and you had to bury your opponent. Basically, a buried alive match. Just in a different. I think that was a better buried alive match. I think if you do it in a little, you have this little grave. You have this little grave site. It's not like a graveyard like we saw at WrestleMania Saturday. The first part. It was the main event. You usually have a little grave site, and then you go to the ring. You can battle. You can hit your opponent. You can hit him with a chair, whatever. So you go over and to the Boneyard, And not the boneyard. Then you gotta go bury your partner. Okay, so what happened with the boneyard match is they was set up in a territory that was in a graveyard, you know, with some, it looked like a barn to me. I thought it was really neat how they set it up. And I think the way they filmed it, like, more like a movie, like a short film, a short movie. That's what it basically looked like to me. And then, and yes, it was epic. I thought it was on fire. I thought from the first to the end, it was intense. I think they done good. Yes, and I like the way the Undertaker, and I like him coming as American Badass character again. To me, now you can comment and tell me I'm wrong, but to me, I think when he came in, you thought he was gonna be the American Badass that you seen, and I think after AJ had done all that stuff to him, and then he came out, I think it was more of him still being the American Badass, but bringing the Phenom, or like whenever he was in the Ministry, when he called the Ministry of Darkness. To me, I think this was more of those two characters, and I think it would be called the Ministry Badass. I think it was way more better than the American Badass we seen. And I like that. I know a lot of people said it flopped, and they didn't enjoy it, but I love that one. But if you're my friend, you may know I'm a diehard wrestling fan. I'm a diehard WWE fan. It's really the only wrestling I watch. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that match, and that's pretty much it. And this was the Redneck Country Boy just coming on here. I know I've not been doing a video. I'm trying to do a better. I'm trying to take this at a time. There was a video that I tried to put out. It wouldn't load, and it wasn't big. I want to give you an actual tour. Whenever we have moved, and I will just wait till then. I tried to upload a room tour of my little tiny room, but that just didn't work out. So I think that's it. This was the Redneck Country Boy, and he's out.